right on time, 12 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and get things kicked off here. Thank you guys for joining us, and we appreciate the time that you take out of your day to jump on here. I've obviously, as you guys know, these are recorded. So if you guys have teams or people that aren't able to jump on, just send in the recording of this. Today we've got a couple of really exciting things to talk about as we look toward what we're doing for the new year. Obviously, a lot of planning goes into what our priorities are. What we should be doing to generate revenue. What's the community doing on the token side? And so we wanted to address a few of those things today just to let you guys know what we've been up to. But it's a couple exciting things. We're going to talk about a new product, and we'll talk about a new direction that we're going with one of our objectives as well, which is tokenizing of in-ground assets. I've had some really good calls this week with some great folks who have technology that's going to make our job a lot easier. There's been just a whole bunch of we've been getting a lot of people lately calling us saying, "Hey, I've got this ground to tokenize, that ground to tokenize." And one of the things that's the hardest to do when it comes to tokenizing the in-ground asset is that you have to have a pretty firm knowledge of what's in the ground, right? Before you're going to go and tokenize something, you got to know what's in the ground, where is it, how hard would it be to get out, how deep is it, right? How much is there? And then you can tokenize it because it's all going on chain and that information has to be trusted. So you've got to have very good data inputs. And we've always said that the blockchain is only as good as the data that goes on the blockchain. Once it's on the blockchain, it's trusted, it can't be hacked, it's verified information. But really, the question people need to ask themselves is where did the information and the data come from? And so there's big entire companies out there that are basically data companies like Trafara. Trafara, we've talked about with our carbon credit projects. They're basically a data company, cataloging, categorizing, data points, methodologies that go into carbon credits. So one of the things that we are working on, obviously, because of so many people asking us to tokenize their in-ground asset, we're looking to release the bottleneck. And the bottleneck is when they approach us, we say, okay, how have you verified your in-ground assets? Because for Element, we want as many people tokenizing their assets on our chain as possible. We would love for 100 or 200 different tokens to live on the Element blockchain. And that's about how many people have approached us. But the problem is so many of these companies just aren't ready yet. They love the idea and they love the concept, but they don't have the data in a form that we feel is trusted or verified. So what I'm going to show you right now, let me see if I can jump over here and share. Let's go ahead and share the entire screen. Let's do that. Okay. And so there is a company. Let me see if I can maximize my screen here and show you this company right here. Hoffman, oh, my glasses, Exploration Technologies. You guys know Todd Hoffman. He is the star of Gold Rush on Discovery Channel. I met him when we were filming our show. Our crews would film our shows at the same time, and they'd swap. People would go from Alaska, then they'd come to Africa where I was, and then after they're filming with us for a while, they'd go back to Alaska. That's how I got to know Todd. And Todd and I have been talking for years. He's been out to our offices multiple times. We've been trying to figure out what's the best way for us to work together. Well, his son Hunter, who was also on the show, is a part of a company that does imaging through satellites to help figure out what's in the Earth. And so I'm just going to scroll down here so you guys can see that. You can see my screen is right, Paul. I just want to make sure that as I'm scrolling, you guys can actually
Yeah, we can still see it.
Great. And so what this does, it allows you to see deeper into the ground, to know sooner, and to be able to save money knowing where to dig. One of the biggest things that in the mining industry is exploration and finding out where to dig. But if you can have a verified satellite image of exactly where the gold is, then you take that image and you go down and you verify it. You say the satellite is showing me that there's a whole bunch of gold right here. So you go down, dig one borehole all the way down and verify that the satellite imagery is correct. And it saves you a lot of time and it saves you a lot of money. And so we are going to be working with these guys to figure out when these mines approach us and they say, I need a tokenized asset, and then they can't answer how much is actually in the ground. They say, oh, we think we can verify that. And so it'll allow us to speed up our time to market with these tokens by using this technology. And it's with a partner that we're very familiar with, that we've worked together with. They've got some great case studies of how this has worked in the past. This is tested and verified. So, great partner of ours that we're going to be putting together a deal with to go out and work with all of our mines so that we can, because really a big focus of ours in 2026 is the tokenization of assets. I mean, we've had people, including the Hoffmans, who said, you guys shouldn't be doing anything except this. Obviously, we don't agree on that because we've got so many cool products and so many things that we can do. However, in order to do it, you got to have the right tech. And we have been meddling with and monkeying with several different partners over the past few years on who can do this tech the right way. And now these guys have figured it out. So it's really exciting stuff for us. Exciting that we have a way now to come to market quicker because a lot of things that we work on, they take a while. Right? Look at carbon credit projects. Look at some of the, development of some of the projects we've had. Gaming, it takes forever. And this is a technology that will allow us to get one of our products, which is hosting other tokens on our chain, to market a lot quicker. Plus, this opens up other options for us to be able to actually divvy up a mine into like a section. Maybe it's like a quarter acre section to where people can own that individually. And you'll know what's in the ground based on that actual piece of ownership. And so we've talked about different options there. So really exciting stuff here. But let's go ahead and get into what we really wanted to talk about today. And what we are going to be talking about today, as you guys know, for those of you guys who've seen our presentation, we talk a lot about a phone because a phone allows us to reach the masses with a message. And that message is a lot of the destruction, a lot of the bad things that are happening in the mining world are because we all demand technology. And since everybody has a phone, we use the point of the phone to just make it relatable to everyone. Because a lot of times when you think about mining, you think about minerals, you think this doesn't affect me. This is happening on the other side of the world by big companies, and it's something that I don't see, feel, touch. So we try to connect those dots by saying you see, feel, and touch it every minute of the day when you're on your computer or you have a phone. So one of the things that we've been thinking about is how do we provide a product that allows the masses to be able to participate and help make a change and use this ELMT token for something. When we look about the mass adoption of a token, when we look about token utility and a lot of people that are going into the market, you have to have a product that everybody can relate to, that either everybody has that or that everybody wants. And so we've taken the approach that let's utilize the phone because it is such a central part of the problem that we're trying to solve. And let's use that phone to create a product that everybody needs. So, what we're doing is we're introducing a new product, and this new product, we're still messing with the name. I think Amy has come up with some good names. Paul has come up with some. I think the name that we have chosen is Earth Mobile, and this is basically an NFT that allows you to use your ELMT tokens to help pay for part or all of your cell phone bill. And so we'll go over a couple things here. So the phone problem. Paul put this incredible slide together, and this is why it's important for us to work toward offsetting our phone, okay? Because a phone is a huge contributor to all these problems. So over on the left, you can see what the element is, cobalt, lithium, copper, gold. You can see where it's mined and under the source regions, and you can see the damage that it causes. So we all have to be awake. Some of you guys who see me present live, I make everybody take out their phone, everybody holds it up, and I say, you are all part of the problem because it's true. Now, inadvertently, and I always say, well, you can all be part of the solution. And in the past, that solution was always buy a node, and it's going to help to support projects or products that live on the Element blockchain. But now we're going to have more of a direct impact to where people can take action and really not wait for Element United to go build something, but they can do something right now. And so here's how this is going to work. You can use your ELMT to pay for part or all of your cell phone bill. And the reason why this is great is because this applies to everybody. When I was in Africa, one of the mistakes that we made was, oh man, way out here in the bush, these African villages, they don't really know what's going on. We can just, offer them whatever for the gold and, we can take it out. There's a big thought process of that. And when I say we, I don't mean specifically me. That'd make me quite a jerk, but um, maybe we did. I don't remember. But anyway, but everybody in Africa had a phone that's connected to the internet. Little kids out there, and they just go boop boop. Nope, here's the spot price of gold. Can't fool me. This is what you're going to pay for the gold, right? Everybody has a phone. In the most destitute of countries, the one thing they prioritize and make sure that they have to stay connected to the world is a cell phone. And so, how great would this product be? Now, when I was in Africa, you didn't just have a monthly phone plan. You had a Vodafone, and you got a little scratch card, and you'd go pay like $5, and you'd scratch it off and enter the number, and then that would load minutes onto your phone. So imagine now if we had a program where folks all over the world, and a lot of times in these areas, the phone is their number one expense, even more so in some areas than housing, because a lot of families will live communally. And so that phone, and they're always asking, hey, I need a card, I need a scratcher, give me $10 so I can top up. They would always say, I need to top up, top up. So we're trying to think of a program that everybody, whether you're in the United States or whether you're in South America or West Africa, can use this ELMT token to pay your phone bill. And so here's how basically it works. So the customer pays a phone bill through the carrier's green billing tier. Now, here's we'll figure out, don't worry about the logistics of how we do this. For some of you that are familiar with PowerPay with one of our blockchains called Green, it's going to work similar to that, to where you can use your Green tokens to pay your cell phone bill. So you pay with Green, we go in, pay your energy bill, and then we send you back your Green. It'll be something similar to that, to where you are using your ELMT to pay your cell phone bill, but then you're getting a rebate. And don't hold me on the specifics of it yet because we're still developing the product. But what makes what we're doing a little bit better is that we're going to take a percent, around 5%, and put it into a bucket. And every once in a while, we're going to go and we're going to empty that bucket and sell the ELMT and use that to go do a project, a reclamation project, to fill in a hole that was created by some illegal mining. And we'll film it. And so that you guys can all have visual proof and feel good about what you're doing. So not only is this awesome, you're basically offsetting the price of your phone, but you're offsetting the damage of your phone. So this double offset on price and damage is handled by the fact that you are using your ELMT to pay that phone bill, and then we are taking a part of that and repairing some of the damage that creating that phone bill caused. And if we can get this big enough and get the worldwide movement going, we can do a lot of good. Because really filling in a lot of these holes and replanting cocoa isn't that expensive. That's kind of what the bracelet program is designed to do as well. By the way, some of the last batch of bracelets, some of you guys are owed, should go out this week. So anyway, so we have a very great product. Now, the NFT, you have to buy an NFT to be able to participate with this. And so we'll bring in revenue through the purchase of the NFT. But the NFT is designed so that after about your fourth month of paying your bill with ELMT, you're breaking even. And then you have the rest of the year for that value to go toward offsetting the price of your cell phone. So again, a product that everybody would need and want, that provides utility for the ELMT token, which is great, right? For all of you guys who are holding ELMT and you're hoping the price goes up. What makes it go up? Not pumping, not BS, not some influencer going, hey, but it's real utility. And so it's a product that helps people every single month to offset a big bill, and it provides utility for the ELMT token. But most importantly, it helps us to go out to some of these villages where these marginalized communities are and do some real fixing and real impact in these areas. So we are very excited about this product. We think with the proper marketing and with the right campaign to where we can let everybody know about this, that even people who have no idea what blockchain is, what Element does, they go, oh, I can get a cheaper cell phone bill by paying with this crypto. Then they go into the market, they buy it, and so yeah, we've got this is a product that we want to get out quickly, and luckily, a lot of the heavy lifting has already been done. For those of you who are familiar with PowerPay, we're just basically taking PowerPay and putting it to a resource that I think a lot more people, how many different energy bills do you have? You have one. How many cell phone bills are in your house? Probably five. So we're looking at something that's for the masses that allows us to create a lot of utility as fast as we can to as big an audience as possible. And I think the audience is probably 8 billion people in the world. I would guess 6 billion of them have a cell phone, maybe 5 billion. And so if we can get this and just get a tiny fraction of the market, this is creating real utility for the ELMT token and really do now, can this program last forever because we are funding a rebate in ELMT? No. But I think if we can do this for a couple of years and really jumpstart and provide real utility for ELMT, this is a way to do it. If people the goal of any crypto project is to get their token out there and moving. And if you can get your token out there and moving by giving people a rebate, I think that's first and foremost why people will get involved. Secondly, if they know there's some sort of feel good, I'm offsetting, even though people are less inclined to do that, they're more concerned about how does this help me right now? Fine, but the give back is built in. The 5% that's going back, whether they know it or not, whether they care or not, it's going in. And we want to make sure all of you guys know what's happening. So that's what we're working on right now. Really, this tech to help us to tokenize in-ground assets. And then, of course, this new NFT that allows you to participate and use your ELMT to offset the price and the damage of your cell phone. So really, really exciting stuff. We're excited for these things. I don't think there's any other slides. But again, our vision, transforming elements into sustainable crypto solutions. Obviously, still working on all the other fun stuff, right? The Heirloom NFT. We're hoping to close a deal with a big company that's going to be buying a lot of these NFTs monthly. We've been working with them for a while. We're still hoping to land that deal, but it would sell, tens of thousands of these every single month, bringing in real revenue. And then, of course, what you want to do with that is make sure that those NFTs are purchased in ELMT. And so, yeah, great things happening. We're excited. We appreciate all of your support. And again, just remember, a lot of the things that we do as far as token utility, they do take time. And I know, look, you're like, time, you guys have been at this 4 years. Yeah, we have. A lot of things in the crypto market haven't gone as they have gone in the past, as far as like after these cycles, these post Bitcoin halving cycles. And every project on earth is going through that. Right. And so a lot of people get frustrated with us and go, come on, man, you said this and you said that. And I get it. I'm there. Hey, look, as one of the biggest token owners in this ecosystem, nobody's more frustrated than Mrs. Lomu, who keeps saying, Scott, you've been telling me this is going for a long time. So it's coming. We appreciate you guys' patience. Allie, Amy, Paul, any of you guys have anything to add before? I think Allie, you might have had something.
Yeah, I just dropped it in the chat for anybody who's affected by an heirloom NFT that wasn't activating correctly. That should all be fixed. Go ahead and activate. It should work properly. If it doesn't, please reach out to us so we can fix yours ASAP.
Fantastic. Thank you. Paul or Amy, anything from you guys?
No, you already just mentioned that we've had some delays on shipments, so we'll
Oh, yeah.
hopefully about that.
So look for those coming out. They should go out by the end of the week for everybody that hasn't got that yet. So, like I said, today, oh, sorry, Amy, anything from you? Okay. If not, this one's short and sweet. We'll keep it short and sweet because we didn't send out the email to everybody. So it's a little bit smaller group on here today, but still 27. Thank you guys for representing. As always, these are recorded. You can find them on our YouTube channel and spread the love. I hope you guys are excited about this new NFT that we're coming up with. Remind me the name again, Paul, something Earth.
The Earth Mobile.
Earth Mobile. I love it. Earth Mobile. You'd think I'd remember it. And so, anyway, yeah, let's see. Any other questions that need to be answered? I don't have my chat up.
People kind of asking for a Coinbase update again.
Oh yeah, I'll get one. I don't have one, honestly. I should have got one before the call, but I'll get one from the team that's working on it. So I apologize, but maybe we'll send out an email with an update on that. But I should have thought of that before I jumped on. because I haven't asked about that in a few days, so I do not know what the update is. Because it's not us doing it, it's not the company, it's the folks who are working on that. But update coming. I won't make you wait 2 weeks. We'll put an email out and give you an update on it. We'll make sure everybody gets the information you need on there. So. All right. All right, guys. Hey, thanks always. Appreciate you guys. Sometimes Wednesday in the middle of the day, it's kind of hard. For those of you who are out of the country, maybe it's late Wednesday or even early Thursday morning for some of you guys on here, like Michael. And so we appreciate you guys and look forward to seeing you in a couple more weeks, hopefully with some good updates on everything that we've been working on. And you guys have probably noticed, like on CoinMarketCap, you've seen some big spikes. You're looking at ELMT go from 0003 to 1 penny down, and that's the guys over at Elevate doing some practicing, feeling out for the sell pressure and working on a few things. They're trying to stabilize that. And I can talk about this because it's not me doing it, right? Everybody knows, Scotland, we've got nothing to do with making that token go up. I don't make any promises, but you guys have eyes and you can see that when you get on CoinMarketCap, it's just boom, it's going up and then down. And so what they're trying to do, I think, is trying to stabilize. They're trying to feel out, how much sell pressure is there? What can they do? How much, liquidity are they going to need to kind of make that go up and stay up? Which is it's kind of fun, we've been just looking at a big flat red line for a couple of years, and now you can see at least some big spikes. There's not a lot of liquidity yet. And so, don't get too excited just yet, but it is interesting to get on there and see that token's going up. And so hopefully these guys who are doing like the token stuff, they have a plan. They have a plan. I let them talk about the plan. I don't talk about it because I don't want anyone saying Scott told me it's going to be at 3 cents. I let them talk about that. But it's exciting stuff, and as all of us who have ELMT token, at least we're seeing some movement and that they have a plan in place to sustain that movement and keep that thing going up. So appreciate all you guys. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. But look for an email or some sort of communication from us. Maybe we'll do it in Discord or online, giving you an update on Coinbase. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, Scott.